Joel Tudman's departure from the Potter's house landed with a hush that felt heavier than noise. It wasn't scandal that unsettled people, it was uncertainty. For a community used to clarity from the pulpit, the absence of answers created space for reflection and doubt. Tudman wasn't removed in chaos or outrage, he was removed in calm. That calm confused many. It suggested something deeper than headlines, something shaped by process rather than punishment. In moments like this, silence becomes its own language, hinting that faith communities, like any institution, often make their most difficult decisions quietly, long before the public ever notices. A shepherd who spoke the people's language. Tudman's gift wasn't volume or theatrics, it was resonance. He spoke in a way that felt lived in, grounded in real struggles rather than abstract ideals. Younger congregants heard themselves in his words. He didn't dilute faith, he translated it. Doubt wasn't treated as rebellion, and vulnerability wasn't framed as weakness. That accessibility made him magnetic. People leaned in because they felt seen, not corrected. His sermons felt more like conversations than commands, and that intimacy reshaped how many experienced church. In a space where tradition often leads, Tudman's approach felt refreshingly human and quietly disruptive. Influence that outgrew the room. As his voice traveled beyond church walls, the dynamic shifted. Online platforms stretched his reach far past the sanctuary, creating a following that didn't rely on geography or hierarchy. Influence like that moves fast, faster than institutions are built to respond. What inspired many also raised internal questions. When a single voice begins to carry independently, leadership must ask hard things about alignment, accountability, and balance. Tudman didn't seek power, but influence has gravity whether it's intentional or not. The challenge wasn't his message alone, it was how widely and freely that message now moved. Conversations behind closed doors. While the congregation listened, leadership deliberated. These weren't explosive arguments, but measured discussions, the kind that happen in boardrooms, not pulpits. Tudman's style pushed edges that institutions are designed to protect. Innovation often does. The tension wasn't personal, it was philosophical. How much flexibility can structure allow before it begins to bend? How does a church protect unity without silencing originality? These questions don't come with easy answers. What the public saw as sudden was, in truth, the result of long reflection, a slow reckoning between vision and stewardship, a transition framed with grace. When the announcement finally came, it arrived wrapped in courtesy. Gratitude was emphasized, conflict was softened. The language chosen mattered because it signaled intention. This was not exile, but release. Tudman's response mirrored that tone. He didn't defend himself publicly or challenge authority. Instead, he chose restraint, a rare and powerful form of leadership. By refusing to turn the moment into spectacle, he reinforced the very values that made people trust him. Grace in this case wasn't passive. It was deliberate, disciplined, and deeply aligned with faith lived out loud. What this moment really reveals. Tudman's story isn't about failure or wrongdoing. It's about the fragile balance between growth and governance. Institutions move carefully. Influence moves freely. When those paths diverge, difficult choices follow. His removal reflects a truth many avoid. Leadership isn't only about empowering voices, but about knowing when systems feel threatened by momentum. This moment invites reflection, not judgment. It asks us to consider how faith communities nurture authenticity without losing cohesion. Joel Tudman didn't disappear, he transitioned. And sometimes the end of one platform is simply the beginning of another calling.